having like as a guy, it feels good to like complete a task, right? To, you know, demo something that's beat up from the feet up and then make it brand new again, right? It's not easy, but it feels good. And so that one flip that we did, we actually made $475,000.
Hello, you're listening to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Brandon Elliott. This show will be going over all aspects of real estate investing and is intended to educate, motivate, and prepare you to take action on your first or next real estate investment. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Thank you for listening and enjoy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Elliott, and today is the day. Today is the day. Actually, last week was the day. Last week, we ended up finding an email that said, "Congratulations, Mr. Elliott, you are approved." I'm not talking about credit or loans. I'm not talking about some new bank opportunity. That happens frequently, right? What I'm talking about is a permit that I was trying to get approved for the longest period of time. It's been about 2 years, right? I have another permit for another property that we're trying to build 4 units on that's been over 3 years, 3 or 4 years, something crazy. But this one in particular, it's been about 2 years, and I had to go through 2 different companies, finally got this rocking and rolling. And the cool part is we are finally approved. And the best part is this. There's already a single family house on this parcel. We're going to be building 2 units in the backyard. We're going to be converting the garage up front that's detached. We're going to be converting that into its own studio unit as well. I believe a 1-bedroom. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. We're going to be adding 2,800 square feet roughly, and each square foot being built is about $300 a square foot. Okay. The cool part is within this area, it's going to be actually worth closer to $950 a square foot afterwards, roughly. Okay. There's power behind that, right? There's a big spread there. And the cool part is when interest rates start coming down, it will probably time out nicely, because this project will take about 5 to 7, maybe 9 months max to be able to complete and build. Ground up construction is very, I would say, organized and a little bit more systemized. They have their structure, they have their plans, and they're starting with nothing, so they have to do everything, but it's not reworking what's already there. It's not fixing problems or finding problems that could have already been caused. It's not fixing issues that are deteriorating over time. It's brand new. So it's every step of the way, faster, quicker, better, brand new. And I love that piece of it. We're going to make something modern, something sexy. What's cool too is when we do that cash out refinance, right? When we do the cash out refinance, because we own this, we already have about $800,000 in equity on the property as is. It's under $1 million is owed on it. It's worth $1.8 million in this area. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath currently that sits on that parcel. We already did a BRRRR strategy on that years ago, and it was incredible property. Yeah, like once we do this cash out refinance, we're going to have that huge spread, and it's all tax free. Like, that's a great, incredible news, right? That's a huge spread. $300 a square foot to build. It's worth $950 afterwards. I want to put as many of those damn square feet as possible. And I know you would too. And so there's power behind that. It's been a long time in the making to make this happen. It's been a couple, $150, almost $200,000 into the permit process and all the people involved and time, energy, efforts to be able to get this to this point. And so we're here. We're here, baby. Let's go. I couldn't be more excited that day when I saw it. It like made such a smile. It was like, whoo, one last problem, like one less thing to keep micromanaging. And so, of course, we still have this other property that's going to be 4 units and even a stronger location. But this one right here has ocean views, right? Powerful stuff. Ocean views. It's got bay views. And it also has fireworks every night in the corner. You can see it from SeaWorld. So powerful stuff. Awesome location. It's in a prime location. Beautiful neighborhood. Cleaned up neighborhood. It was literally the worst one on the block, turned into be one of the best ones on the block. After this renovation, once these ground up constructions are complete, it will be the best one on the block, which is cool. But it is comparable to other people in the neighborhood that did the same thing, which is great. I'm not breaking records here. I'm not doing anything special, doing what others have done in the neighborhood, which is awesome. So I'm leading it, but also I'm following the trend that has already been accomplished from others, which is exciting. It's not going to be the first one. It already has a rooftop deck on the current house, and we're going to be the 2 units that we're building in the back. We're going to be building rooftop decks for both of those as well, staggered. So it doesn't take away from the view from the first initial house up front. Just incredible layout for everybody there, because we're kind of taking away the backyard. But right now we're doing Airbnb for this property, and it's been great. Short-term rentals and so forth. And it's just one of those exciting things. So, hey, number one is congratulations if you have been trying to get into real estate for a very long time. And if you have capital sitting on the sidelines, or if you have credit that you want to start putting to work, we have an opportunity right now. If you've been wanting to partner up and be able to get your funds to start getting, put to work stronger, more efficiently, and actually be able to get to see behind the scenes, this could be an incredible opportunity to partner up with us. We're going to be raising about $1.8 million in total for 2 different projects. We need about $800 to $1 million on this one. So if you're serious, if you're interested, if you want to get a strong return, get a great protection on it, and actually see behind the scenes how we're doing this, how we're accomplishing what we are, and how when problems happen, what do we do? How do we pivot? How do we make sense of this? And how do we get the strong ROI? Then I want to partner with you as well. If you're educated, sophisticated, or even accredited, you can reach out. It would be a great opportunity to just chat and have a conversation and see what your goals are, what your needs are. So DM me if you are serious. You could do this so on Instagram, Brandon Elliott Investments, on Credit Counsel Elite as well, Credit Counsel Elite on IG. Otherwise, on Facebook, you could just facebook.com/investor. With that being said, as Jen at lunch today, she pop quizzed me and she was like, man, thinking back 5 years ago, when we got our first property here in San Diego. And I was like, 5 years? That feels like way longer. But it was only 5 years ago. It was during COVID. It was right before COVID is when we got ours. And so 5.5 months, right? Because it was back in February when we got it. So yeah, basically 5.5 years ago, we ended up breaking, not investing in other people's projects, because we did that the year prior and so forth. We actually invested into our project. And it was incredible, right? It was the beginning. It was a 4-plex right from the start, and it just started snowballing in the right direction. She asked me, pop quiz, hey, dude, would you have ever thought in just 5 years time frame that we would be doing some ground up construction, that we would have all these other properties? Because we have, in the 5 years, we haven't done too much crazy stuff. Real estate isn't our main business. It's our side business that we just do for generational wealth. We do it for, cash flow. We do it for equity. We do it for tax advantages. We need these things, right? So we're not taking down a dozen properties per month, or 2 properties per month for that matter. We're taking down 1 or 2 deals per year. And so just doing the math on this, it basically comes out to 1 per year, because we ended up buying and keeping, doing the BRRRR strategy for every single property, because we're not buying retail prices like regular Joe Blow stuff. We're buying stuff below market, beat up from the feet up, discounted, and then we're pimping it out. We're gutting it, and we're making it very nice. We're making it so well that anybody and everybody wants to be in there, right? Including us. In addition to that, then we are refinancing it. We're getting all of our money back out after we put it on Airbnb and so forth, or short-term rentals, long-term, you name it. But in the last 5 years, we've done 5 BRRRR properties. We flipped 1 property, right? We've done 10 total units as a whole. Cash flow, great. Tax advantages, millions. All in California. We have $4.5 million in equity from that. No money into any of the deals, which is incredible as well, right? Cash flow enough to pay the bills. Great, right? And some, So just couldn't have dreamed of a better, there's not a better alternative for us. And could we have gone faster? Of course we could. Could we have gone slower? Yeah, you could do that too. And so I think a lot of people feel like they need to do dozens and dozens of deals per month to be able to hit their level of success. We're doing 50K a month one way or another, whether we wake up or not. And so I think there's power behind and having no money into it, having the millions that we're writing off from real estate, having like, as a guy, it feels good to like complete a task, right? To, demo something that's beat up from the feet up and then make it brand new again, right? It's not easy, but it feels good. And so that one flip that we did, we actually made $475,000 in 90 days. So cool things, cool things to say the least. Very, very blessed. We did another project actually as well where we were going to close on, and instead the sellers backed out. It was another neighbor in that area, and we ended up collecting and profiting 50,000. And so it's like we're taking down territory. We're doing things slow and steady because our main business is still Credit Counts Elite, empowering other people how to actually get funding, how to be able to do exactly what we did. We also had so many distractions with all of our properties over in Ohio and New Jersey that eventually we have, I forgot. Yeah, I guess we've done 6 birth properties. So yeah, the number's a little bit higher, but what I would say is Ohio, that was a huge distraction. We got rid of a dozen properties over there finally this year. And it was because I read that book 80-20. Well, basically 10x is easier than 2x last year. And that just reminded me of the 80-20 rule and how important it is to get rid of the things that are wasting my time. Like back then it was great to make $10,000 a month so I could get out of my day job, get out of the restaurant industry, right? That was important. But nowadays it's less important if it's taking away 5 hours a month from me, and it's not to a position that could really serve me. So we cashed out, we got rid of it, and super blessed from all that. The cool part though now is that we have this opportunity right in front of us. Like, we have millions in credit lines, we have the ability to grow and scale, we have the ability to laser beam focus, not just on Credit Counts Elite without any distractions, but also just our real estate out here in California and New Jersey. And then there's some syndications that we're a part of over in Arizona and so forth that they're running. So very laser beam focused, but it feels good. It feels good to be able to dial this stuff in. And she was just like pop quizzing me like, hey, could you ever imagine in just 5 years time frame we would have $14 million in real estate assets? We would have no money into any of it. We would be getting great tax benefits from it. We would have all this cash flow, right, that pays for itself. We would have, renovated properties that look good, feel good, like it's nice, in beautiful areas that is going to appreciate like crazy for our kids in the future. Some of them are at crazy interest rates. Our fourplex is at like 2.9% interest rate. Wild. 4.5 million in equity that we could pull from at any given point, right? And so there's cool pieces to the puzzle that it's like, man, it is pretty awesome. And so within just a short period of time, 5 years goes by very quick. Very quick. It feels like such a long time ago, but even if you look back, year after year, it's like, man, we've done a lot, and it's because we move so quick. It's time to slow down. It's time to, recalculate where we're currently at. So I just wanted to make this, I wanted to make you aware of a couple things. Number one, if you're looking to partner up and actually put your money to work, if you have money on the sidelines, if you're not happy with the stock market, if you're losing money in other areas and you just want to put it to work and actually partner up with us so that you can see behind the scenes, and actually, like, what we've come to find is those who partner up with us anywhere from 1 to 3 times usually have enough experience that they feel comfortable and confident to do it on their own afterwards. So that's a great piece of it, number one. So if you can get that, a safe return and a strong ROI, great, right? So if you're interested, DM me, make it a no-brainer. We can have a conversation, see if it's a good fit. And then number 2 is we have an incredible event coming up. It's in the beginning of this month of September, the beginning of the month, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So hopefully you're watching this in time. If you're watching this, sometime in the future and those dates have already passed, then we do one typically every month now moving forward, or that's the goal and plan. So if you miss one, you can get to the next one. But it's a 3-day virtual event that it is bananas. It's what I'm teaching here is deep diving into the step-by-step process and structure of what exactly changed my life. And I'm simplifying it in a process and a system how you can do it after that weekend. And you will be doing it with us that weekend. So the whole goal is to position yourself to be able to get massive amounts of funding, right? Because it takes money to make money. We've heard this. But success leaves clues. Money leaves a trail. It's not hard to find out exactly what the rich are doing. They're leveraging. They're using OBM, not always OPE, other people's money. It's OBM, other banks' money. And so you can maneuver through it. Right now, just ask yourself this. Where are you keeping your money? Ask yourself that. Where am I keeping my money? Well, I keep the money in the bank. Okay, cool. So you keep money in the bank. How much did they pay you last year to keep your money with them? I don't remember. It was like not significant enough. Peanuts, nothing. Pennies on the dollar, usually 0.001% if you're lucky. I just want to encourage you this. If you're making more, great. Couple bucks here and there. It's not anything that's life-changing. It's not paying bills. Am I right on that? And if that is the case, then you're going to want to realize like, oh, shoot, I'm giving my money to the banks at 0%. I'm giving them interest-free loans. They're lending it back out to you and I 10 times over for the personal loans, auto loans, mortgages, student loans, credit cards, retail cards, business loans, etc., right? Over and over, 10 times over. And so they're actually averaging, what you want to know here is they're averaging anywhere from 500 to 3,000% off of that money that we gave them as 0%. And it's crazy. And so when you go to deposit your money into a bank account, you don't need an appointment. You can drop off and open an account that day and drop off $100K. And no questions will be asked. Ask me how I know, okay? No questions will be asked. However, just a week later when you go in and you're like, hey, I know I have $100K in here. I just want to take out maybe 15, maybe 20, 25,000 of my own money. I just want to withdraw that. They're going to say, whoa, sir. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Do you have an appointment with us to be able to withdraw this much? It's like, no, I don't have an appointment. They make you feel bad, right? Like, no, I didn't know I needed. I didn't have an appointment when I gave you all the money and you didn't ask any questions then. So why would I need an appointment to just take out just a fraction of it? If I wanted the whole thing, give me the whole thing. But instead, they're going to say, well, you're going to need to make an appointment for that. That's going to be 10 to 14 days. Business days. And so the problem is they don't have all that cash. If everybody came in and asked for big lump sums of cash, they wouldn't be able to. They would close down. They would shut down. That's how recessions and like not just corrections, collapses happen, right? Banks close out. We've seen that on the news in the past and all wild stuff, right? So that's why it's important to realize that the banks are putting that money to work. It's time to flip the script on the banks and get massive amounts of funding from them. Did you know that they actually offer 0% introductory funding? Did you know that there's 45 different metrics on how these banks and lenders are judging you and I? Did you know this? It's not just about your FICO score. You should write that down. It's not just about your FICO score. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's about the 6 boxes that make up your FICO score. There's 10 different metrics that break that down. There's 3 that are for fixed, 3 that are for build, and that there's a couple additional that break down in between. And so did you know that every single person needs to do some kind of fixing, whether you're in the 800 club or the 300 club? The difference is if you're in the 300 club, you already know you need to do some fixing, right? You know this. That's no surprise. But when you're in the 700s and above, you're saying, no, Brandon, you got the wrong guy. I don't need to do any fixing. Incorrect. You actually do need to do fixing. The good news, though, is anything and everything that is currently hurting your credit profile right now can be removed, improved, and drastically changed over a period of time for anybody that has really horrible stuff. But the good news is for anybody 700 and above, you don't have much to get removed on there. It'll take you about 5 minutes on each bureau. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, 5 minutes later on each bureau, you're done. You can move on to the build. For anybody else that's drastically, like being drowned out from bankruptcies, collections over 100K, personal records being all messed up, hard inquiries galore, whatever it may be. Anything and everything that is hurting your credit profile right now, again, can be removed, improved, and drastically changed for the better over a period of time. The only difference is there's no guarantees on the time. And I know you don't like to hear that. I don't like to hear that. But the simple fact is it's not up to you or I. As bad as you want it, as bad as I want it for you, right? It's not up to you and I. It's up to not just even the three main bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. It's up to thousands of third-party agencies. They're furniture companies. They act like credit bureaus, but they're really data collecting companies. And they paid for that data. And they want to keep that data on there. That goes along the lines with all the bureaus, all the third-party agencies, the courts, the banks, the lenders, etc., right? And so you're going to want to be prepared on how to position yourself to get the best results. But over time, whether it's 24 hours for a bankruptcy or over 12 months, when there's a will, there's a way. If you keep a positive mindset and you're following through with the right process, you can get incredible results. And for all other stubborn credit profiles out there, we have a state-of-the-art AI software. We can actually help you generate letters. We'll send it right to you so that you can mail it out. And that can produce incredible results over time as well. So just keep that in mind. Right? In addition, though, once the fixing is completely fixed, like done, right, you move on to the build. Because again, for real estate investors, we know the saying lipstick on a pig. You don't want to put lipstick on a pig with your credit report. You don't want to boost up your score before you fix it. You want to fix it first, then boost it up, right? So when you go to boost it up, those three boxes right there, it makes up 55% of your FICO. But I can show you step by step, teaching you how, after the fixing is completely done, I can show you how to actually get to the 800 club in 30 days or less guaranteed. I can show you how to do that after the fixing is done. I can show you how to opt in to different pre-screening sites so that you can start getting more pre-approval offers. I can show you how to position yourself in front of these banks to get up to 90% approval odds with what we call a mass apply. It's simply an application sequence. When done correctly, you can get up to 90% approval odds. You're applying to anywhere from 10 to, that's not 10. This is like more than 10, but still, 10 to 50 plus applications, right? Getting up to 90% approval odds, it brings confidence. It brings boldness. You don't need to use any of it, in fact. But you can be confident in your position and have those funds readily available to be able to take down opportunity. You can be patient, and it brings so much freedom. It really does, because we get into this system of playing defense with our finances. No. When you learn how to talk to the banks, you can actually position yourself to get more funding every 6 months at the most affordable terms and conditions. So why not? See, the banks have to lend to us. They have to. That's their job. If they're not lending to us, they're losing. They're closing down. They're not making any money. They have to lend to us. The difference is they're looking for high risk and low risk. They want to deal with the low risk, not the high risk. So if you're saying the wrong things, if you don't know the 45 different metrics on how these banks and lenders are judging you, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Now, I don't mean to preach here. I'm just letting you know that there's power behind what we're teaching. It's changed my life. And if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you. Point blank, period. We've been doing this since 2017. Okay, 2017 is when I started showing other people how to do it. And we've helped out over 3,700 other members to this point. So now is a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to come to our 3-day virtual event. Now, we have free weekly webinars where we teach for just 1 hour's time frame and show you the possibilities and give you that opportunity to purchase a ticket to that event. But if you want to get your ticket now, instead of paying $9.97, I can give you a huge discount simply by reaching out, DM us. I can give you a huge discount. If you're interested, reach out. Okay. If you're on the sidelines, if you're screwing around, if you're okay with where you're currently at, I don't want to work with anybody like that. I just don't. I want to work with people that are dead serious and super tired of where they're currently at and want change. If you're ready for change, if you're ready for growth, then this is your opportunity. So reach out, DM us, and can't wait to work with you guys on this. If you have any questions whatsoever, we're here to support you. We are. So you can reach out. We have our support email at support@creditcounseling.elite as well. But we're here to bless you. So check out creditcounselelite.com, okay? That's creditcounselelite.com. Guys, we're going to wrap this up. You know what to do. We have our 3-day virtual event coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is the 5th, 6th, and 7th of September. If that date has already passed for you, you missed out. But the good news is we may have another one coming up. If you're looking for just a free webinar training for 1 hour time frame, there's great opportunities for that on a weekly basis. DM us on social media. That's Brandon Elliott Investments. Otherwise, Credit Counsel Elite on Instagram. For both of those, just DM. We'll be able to get you that link. And for anybody else that is educated, accredited, have funds ready, like wanting to put to work, and you want to learn more of the process, reach out. I want to share with you what opportunity we have at hand right now and actually show you the details, show you how we could work together. And if it's a good fit, it's a no-brainer. I want to bless you with that opportunity, okay? With that being said, if you have any questions at all, reach out to us. We'll take it from there. Guys, love you guys all so much. I love all the support that we've been getting lately, all the 5-star reviews. You are amazing. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. If you haven't left a 5-star review yet, do that right here, right now. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Share this out. Tag somebody that needs to see it. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Till then, guys, next time. Love you guys so much. God bless.
This has been another episode of Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, brought to you by Brandon Elliott. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Thanks again for joining. Until next time, God bless.